That's pretty good.
It's just different.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
I don't know. How's this?
Pretty good. I mean, it tastes like bacon. Is that stuff got bacon in it?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Stuff that's got
Bacon rim shot. Yeah.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, I don't know why. There we go.
It's really thick.
Not real sure what I was doing there on the
Got a little
stream.
girth to it. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mind Snacks Podcast. It is Wednesday, June the 5th, the year 2024. And we'll bring you in to the room. Tyler, what's up?
Nothing, dude.
I got to be honest, man.
What?
You look good.
I look good?
You look good.
That look good, dude? It's the shirt.
Jason
It
Momoa.
might be that shirt. It's literally like you might
100% linen, dude. It is. Linen. I feel it.
You might be the wish.com Jason Momoa.
Oh shit!
I was either going for
the
that or Chris Hemsworth.
You only wish you could be Thor. I tell you what,
The Wish.com version, dude, that's
Dude.
feasible. That's within reach.
if you had,
You know what they say, aim small, miss small, dude.
Listen, if you had a different shirt on, I would give you Thor. I'll
Yeah,
give you
see?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
you're literally Jason Mimosa.
I'm Jason Mimosa.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now.
It's unbelievable.
I need to get on a Wi-Fi so I can do the tag thing.
Oh God,
Good
I don't
luck-
think
good
that's
luck
going to
with the
happen.
Wi-Fi.
I don't think that's going to
I-
happen.
Oh, here's an Xfinity Wi-Fi. Maybe I could jump on that.
Oh man,
Our Wi-Fi,
gotta
the Wi-Fi
sign in.
fucked up like, what, 4 months ago?
yeah.
And it just hasn't came back ever.
Yeah, it's wild. So can you not get any kind of signal at all?
No, but I have Xfinity. Can I do that?
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Can you?
I thought you could.
You can
if
sign in.
had
You can get on any Xfinity, like any Xfinity Wi-Fi. If you have Xfinity, you can get on it no matter what.
Really?
Like, so every Xfinity router has an Xfinity hotspot
Oh,
in
here,
it.
sign in.
So
Sign
I
in to connect. Yep.
tagged you. So it should be viewable on your Facebook, and of course,
But I had to accept it. It won't show unless I accept it.
oh, you're one of those private people. I mean, I am too.
Privacy.
Privacy.
Privacy. That's
Privacy.
fancy.
Got to have it. Oh,
Privacy.
it is. So what you'll learn about Tyler over the next hour is that he's actually very fancy. He's well read, and that shirt is 100% linen.
100% linen.
It's literally you're wearing bed sheets. What's the thread count?
Judging by the gaps, probably like 13. Like I'd say 13's probably giving it some.
Oh my God! Well, welcome into the Mind Snacks Podcast. It's Wednesday night. We're recording again. We have a special guest. This person has never been here before.
Newbie.
Newbie. First, when's the last time we had a
I
newbie?
prefer virgin.
Oh,
Can you hear that? Can they
Kinda-
hear me?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. They can hear you.
Well, yeah.
Um,
if they couldn't hear you, I got everything in here. I'll definitely make it. I'll make it fix.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we haven't had a newbie
It's been
in
a
here
long
in a
time
while.
since we haven't had anyone that's never like we've had some people that's only been on like twice.
Yeah, right.
But it's been a long time.
Never
since-
been here. Gave her the tour of the studio, everything. Wow, a whole big thing. But, ladies and gentlemen, our guest in the studio tonight is a musician and a photographer and newly become a sound engineer. Give it up for Lynn Reese. Welcome into the studio. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Yeah?
Great to be here.
I always ask Tyler how he's doing, and he's like, "I'm good."
Good.
Yep. She's
Good.
fabulous. You should
Good.
take a lesson.
Yeah, but I'm
wish
just
I could-
usually I'm just good, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Just good. I mean, I
Oh,
feel like I just live
hey,
life
look.
good, right?
Yes, I can do it. Here it is.
Oh.
Add to my. So all my friends can
so
see.
add to profile,
Add to
and then now we'll be
profile.
able to. Now when they comment, of course, I get the
You
the
get to
chat
see
over
it?
here on mine, and I'll relay that to
Sweet.
you, and it'll be a whole interactive experience.
Okay.
I
Look, can
just
see
thought
my
about this because
legs.
it's been so long since we've had somebody out here for the first time. Everybody that we have out here lately kind of knows what's going on. You know what I mean? They just get it. And now I got a first timer, and I feel like I didn't do her justice in showing her the ropes.
I
Doing
think
my
you
best.
just got to go in dry, dude.
Do my best. Well,
Metaphorically,
metaphorically,
metaphorically.
of course, respectfully.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
Yeah, right.
Respectfully.
So, Lynn, how you been? What's up?
Great.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah,
Very busy.
a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Like
juggling it all. But you know what? I've been told that if you never slow down, you never,
You never grow old.
never grow old.
I've heard that same
At
thing.
least Tom Petty, that's what he said.
That's funny because I never slow down, and I feel like I'm fucking 60.
Yeah, I'm pretty slow. And I, yeah.
You growing old?
I don't know.
I don't feel like either of us are.
I think we're timeless.
like, see, we are 10 years apart.
I bet if you
In
watched
age.
us on the first episode and this episode, you'd tell we gotten old.
I wish I could pull up a picture really quick, like of you on the first episode, because I basically look the same.
Dude, I wish I could pull up whatever face you made in that picture we took for the first episode, because I don't even know how you did that. Remember?
Yeah, dude, it was so weird.
How did you even do that?
I don't know. That was the weirdest face ever, but I remember that. It was me, you, and Brian.
Yeah.
And I looked like I was from a different planet.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
so
like,
weird.
I didn't understand, dude.
So Lynn made Bloody Marys, and I'm not a.
I tried to poison him. But,
She tried.
She didn't realize that her olives had been there for 7 years in her fridge, and those go bad.
I mean, I used mustard that was expired yesterday, and I'm still here.
Yeah, look at you go. How expired was it?
I don't know. I just know that the date was way before yesterday.
Okay.
But I mean, it just says Best Buy, right? That just means still good. It's just better
Right.
before that day.
She brought snacks. She brought snacks.
I got cookies that are from April, but you know what? Cookies are cookies, right?
Have you been shopping in the last 2 months?
Yes, I have.
Just curious.
Because these aren't that old.
She even brought a
I
basket.
got you guys some of my favorite protein bars.
She brought a basket of goodies. It's been a long time since someone's treated us to some goodies.
It really has.
Look, and if you want to make some oatmeal.
Look at this, dude.
Dylan Baker says, "Hell yeah, Lynn with the Tito's and Zing Zang
Yeah.
knows what's going on."
Thank you.
Angela Henry says, "Hello, Lynn."
Honey.
Yeah, this is reminiscent of when we had Miranda on here, and people just started saying hi to Miranda, and Miranda just was like, "I just want
yeah.
to see all the comments and talk to people." I'm like, "Well, there's actually content that we have to
Right.
roll
Miranda
through."
and that time and the time Joe Diffie died, dude.
Oh my God!
She has cried on stream for like 4 hours.
So we had Miranda on here. It was during COVID, and it was the day Joe Diffie died,
Oh, damn.
and I broke that news to a lot of people live on the stream.
Oh, man.
And then Miranda cried for the next 4 hours over a bottle of Woodford and allegedly threatened to paint the water tower across the street from my house.
Green.
Right. Correct.
John Deere.
John Deere Green.
John Deere Green, dude.
Yeah. Sure looked good to Charlene, though. So busy is what you say you've been.
Yeah.
Dirty laundry. Talk
Dirty
about
laundry,
it. Because people should know.
Photalicious.
People should know about, and we'll go through all these kind of individually, but people should know that one of the most fun live music experiences in this town and the surrounding areas is the band Dirty Laundry. And I feel like you are kind of the main reason for that. Although the band behind you, your band, you guys are all very good.
Yeah.
But I was telling you this before we went on stream. I'll tell you again, like you bring a different element to live music. What is it about doing that makes that so natural for you?
It's just me. I can't fake myself. I'm goofy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought, I can't be like this for the longest time. People weren't used to it.
Right.
And then it was like people in the audience were like, man, we love that. And so it's just me. I get out there and I tell these stories about, the real stories about me and my sister. I'm sitting shotgun
It's the
with
real
her.
stuff that's the funniest.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Well, that's the thing. If half the things we talked about on here weren't real, they wouldn't be as funny.
Exactly, dude.
But they're tragic.
We have lived it at some
So-
point.
so
We've
we laugh.
lived it at some point.
Every person in this room, COVID-19 survivor.
Yeah, dude.
Every
We
person in
made
this
it.
room.
We made it.
We did. Made it through. So when
Can I
you
tell
talk
my
about that.
joke?
Oh, God.
Come on now. They're dying to hear my. Can I cuss on here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not-
Anybody that really knows me knows I have no
can
filter.
Can you swear on here? Yes, Lynn. We actually encourage it. You can look just around the room. Like the cameras are basically just watching the conversation happen.
So Mushroom walks into the bar, and bartender says to the Mushroom, "Sorry, Mushroom, but we don't serve your kind." And Mushroom's like, "Why? I'm a fun guy." I think what makes me funny is because I think I'm funny and I laugh at my own jokes.
And that's
so I
part of
really
it.
don't care if they're gonna laugh because I'm already laughing.
Well,
It's
that's
already
part of
funny
it.
to somebody.
Yeah,
me.
somebody's having a good time.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's what I just bring about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, the only thing I will ask is that you talking to your microphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I feel like people almost missed your joke.
Oh no, I'm a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy. But so you stay super busy. Are you
Yeah.
from Columbus?
I am. Born and raised. 1976,
raised.
class of 94. Woo
Oh,
woo.
man.
Rock Creek.
94. How's that make you feel?
I was born in 92.
Because I was
Holy shit. Since I am the elder, picture it, Sicily, 1912. That's how I start out all
Right.
my shows. Yeah.
picture
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
Sicily, 1912.
Class
I
of
love it.
2010.
I love it. Yeah, I was 99. So
And I love when Rhonda Sage with Killing Smalls, she'll play bass with us,
Yep.
and she'll get this little thing going on, and I'll act like I'm milking, churning butter, and I'm like, there I was, and I'll just go into these little things, and it's
Sicily,
fun.
1912.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm so much older than you guys.
You're only a little older than I am. 5 years.
Did you just turn 40?
43.
Oh, you did turn 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tyler is,
How old am I?
you just turned 32.
32. Sounds right.
I know. You know why?
Checks
I know
out.
that
Why?
because his birthday was the day after, his 30th birthday was the day after my wedding.
So he'll never forget.
Ah,
Never
so
forget.
happy for you.
I know now 2 things forever that I will never forget. 9/11 and Tyler Mee's birthday.
Yep.
Hashtag never forget.
Never forget. Never forget. Just put hashtag never forget in my birthday on a shirt. Someone's like, what the hell is that? It's my buddy's birthday. The day after my anniversary. That's all you gotta say. The day after my wedding anniversary.
Says if you're trying to quit drinking, just eat Twizzlers. They aren't alcohol, but they are licorice.
That's a pretty good one too.
I don't know how Twizzlers would taste in Red Bull, though.
I bet really
I can't really
good.
drink Red Bull without vodka.
Sweet.
Like I drink Red Bull. I'm like, oh man, there's no vodka in it.
Right.
know what I mean?
Jaeger in my case, but
Yeah, or whatever. Or
Or
you,
I-
I,
Brown.
I tell you what, I shouldn't drink Red Bull. I'm fat, middle-aged.
should
and
not drink Red Bull.
I already smoke cigarettes, so I mean, I just literally all the health risks.
It doesn't mix well with my
Sitting right over
Cialis. I'm just kidding. I just saw it on a commercial. I don't know what that is.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Oh my God. So, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have to just move past the things he says,
Okay.
and it'll work out just fine.
Picture it. Columbus, 1976. There I am.
There you are,
born.
coming out of a womb.
there I am, born.
Born.
So your family's called Columbus
No,
people.
they are
No?
all Michigan. I am the only. They always ask me, what is a Hoosier? I'm like, me.
A Hoosier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all from Bay City.
Right.
Remember the Bay City Rollers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Bay City, Michigan.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
I like that's so
Checks out.
the story I tell. That's what I
Right.
say.
checks out.
Here, all I gotta do is sing along. SATURDAY.
That sounds like every elementary school cheer I've ever heard in my whole life.
All right.
I
I
had like
almost broke
I had like
in.
8,000 songs playing in my head.
I almost broke into the Mickey Mouse Club.
Okay, yeah.
No, that one.
MONDAY. Oh wait, no,
Oh,
sorry. MICKEY.
Don't know that
I was
one.
doing Monday sex. MONDAYSECKS.
You were having sex on Monday?
Sucks.
I thought you said sex too. In your defense, I
Oh,
thought
he
you
said sucks.
Yeah, he said sucks. I
I thought you said sex.
Oh my God.
thought
All
he did
right.
too. I'm like, well, it's only for Mondays,
All right.
I guess. Now.
So yeah, born and
Regroup.
raised, except for when I went to IU.
Right.
I lived in Bloomington.
Okay.
And then I realized, oh my God, I live in a hick town.
What'd you go to school for?
So an art this is a nice little story that you guys might want to hear.
Yeah.
But my cousin Ron Brown, woo woo, he's still in Michigan. He actually moved back, but he lived in Hollywood, Los Angeles. He's
Right.
lived in Miami. He's gone and done Lord of the Rings. He was in the movie industry.
Okay.
And he's like, Lynn, you could do anything with your art. So I've been an artist my whole life, drawing. Anything that I saw, I would draw.
I didn't know that about
Yeah,
you. That's
that
cool.
was me. I started out as an artist, and my dad tried to make me a musician. I was my dad's son. He never had. That's why I'm probably more like a guy than most
I mean, I'd
guys.
say it worked out though.
Some guys, not you. You seem manly.
See, hear that? It's the
I
hair.
noticed.
I mean,
noticed
some
she
of these
did
guys
but
that,
no
that
mention,
have a
no
bigger
mention of
vagina
me.
than
It's the
I do.
hair.
It's
No
like,
mention
what
of
the
me.
hell?
But
You're
I
manly. You at least have a beard.
I try. I do have
This is the only place I can grow it.
luscious.
Well,
Luscious.
I grew up in the best era. So I grew up to my dad taking me to the movies because I was his little sidekick. So
Sure.
Revenge of the Nerds, I saw at the
Yep.
Hills movie theater. Beverly
Hills.
Hills Cop, I saw it at the drive-in right off of
Yep.
Indianapolis Road. I mean,
Yep.
everything. Nothing was filtered. They did not know to monitor us. I loved Porky's. I loved The Last American Virgin. I mean, all those things was all sexually back in the 80s.
Sure.
And so I guess I was desensitized back then.
Well, that's the thing too. There were literally commercials on during that time that were like, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's
And
like,
remember at midnight,
"Are you fucking kidding me?"
the flag would come on and then static and
Right.
but I'd have my little 13-inch black and white TV on low so I could watch those bad movies. Cinemax was like
On channel 11
Cinemax turned to Skinemax
Right.
after midnight,
Cinemax,
brother.
yeah.
after midnight.
So with Dirty Laundry, I get it all naturally. And I tell these stories during my show because they're true.
Right.
People want to know why I am the way I am. And I tell them about this. Picture it, Sicily,
Right.
1912.
Well-
There I am going to my first next door neighbor's, garage sale. And I bought 2 8-tracks. High and Dry by Def Leppard. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt
Fucking
Cheap.
Def Lep, brother.
Fucking
Yes.
Def Lepp, brother.
And I said, Dad, you got to listen to this song. It's so amazing. It's called Big Balls. and I was like 8. I get it naturally,
Yeah,
but
my mom bought me
me
Kid Rock when I was like 6 or 7, dude.
yeah.
Kid Rock was like the fucking
Ball-
dirty
ball with
beat.
the
Yes,
ball.
he is. Yeah.
All of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
That first Kid Rock album with Ball with the Ball
That's
and
what I had.
Cowboy.
That was awesome.
That album was fire. Ever
what I
since
had,
then,
dude.
I've
There was
literally
nothing
detested
like that
Kid Rock.
back then.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever listened to by him, and I'll never listen to anything else.
Yeah. I've been sitting here trying to find myself. I can't do that, Kid Rock. I can't do that,
Yeah.
Kid Rock.
Or like
Christy
when the
Lamb
picture
says,
comes on and you sing
"Hey,
both halves.
Lynn.
Hi, Christy. Ooh,
Lynn
ooh.
is my awesome friend."
Aw.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I do have some really great people in my court.
For sure.
I do.
For sure. And it shows, like I said, when you come out to play. Like everybody just shows up to see Lynn. They love Lynn.
When do you play next?
I have a double weekend. We play in Madison at Rivertown Grill Friday, and then Saturday we're at Shorty's in Bedford. And Shorty's is
Oh, so you get around.
I get around.
Yeah.
And it's people who see us, they tell these venues, and I have been blessed. These venues come out to me, and I'm like, hey, that's like an hour and a half. I got to make this. And they're like, no problem. And it's like, man, I feel grateful. I feel
Right.
worthy. And
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm grateful to work with amazing musicians.
Yep.
Because for the longest time, I'm like, I'm not a musician. But again, there I was, 8 years old, and my dad thought I was his son. So he's teaching me guitar. I grew up listening to my dad sing Jimmy Buffett, Waylon Jennings, Hank Sr. and Jr., and, everything. I was my dad's son. And I hated the calluses on my fingers. So then I moved to keyboard, and then by the time middle school hit, I was just full artist, and the art just took over. And my cousin said, you can make money at your art. So he was just doing Star Wars when in like 92, they were redoing Star Wars back then, cleaning it up,
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm living my life. And so that's what I went to school for.
That's really cool.
Computer animation. And no one knows this. Well, some people do, but in 2000, I got my bachelor's, and I went to New Orleans because I've had no boundaries. That's why now I'm preaching boundaries, ladies and gents. But I had no boundaries. And like when I tell the story about when I got 16 and I got my driver's license, I got in my little Toyota my dad got me. And because my dad was an engineer, and he'd bring back things to life, and he'd make us get in these things that were put together with Bondo and rust.
Right.
And that's what I drove. And I went to Michigan to see my family, and I'll tell the story about this is the song that I played on that little cassette for 8 hours over and over, and it's What's Up by Four Non Blondes, and then I'll go in to sing it. But I mean, these are the stories. This is how, I mean, it's all real.
I think that's the cool part about your shows is that when you connect with people and you tell your personal story, it's not just, and I love all bands, all musicians, like it's all cool thing. We're all a cool gang. But like when somebody comes in and actually connects with the crowd and makes it personal and delivers that eye contact and people feel like at the end of the night, they feel like they know you better. Like that's always better. It just makes everything better, and I've applauded you for that so many times.
Love people.
Yeah.
A friend, Dan Stadmiller. I have known Dan since high school. He was there, when I had my twins, and he told me, Lynn, because I get this a lot, and I swear to God, I don't do that. I don't know that I do this. People might think you're flirting with them. I grew up. I really love my
Tyler
dad.
actually thought a second ago.
Yeah,
he was like
8 times
is she-
already.
Yeah.
8 times already.
Sorry, if you think I'm flirting, I'm not. But if I'm just like, I'm probably flirting like that. But no. So my dad taught me you shake somebody's hand for real.
Yeah.
You look them in the eye. That's how you respect people. And I wanted to be like my dad. He was my hero. And had no idea no one else freaking does that, or they think I'm flirting with them. I had so many handymen come over and try to kiss me. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
She's like,
He's
hey, can you fix my plumbing? And he's like, I've seen this before.
I've seen this
I've seen this
before.
I've seen this in a porno.
Well, okay, it's this story is just took a hard left turn to right up
I
Tyler's
told
alley.
this story at my shows too about how I
Let
found
Tyler
my dad's.
take that one from there.
Sorry, Tyler.
Like I said, just took a hard left turn up Tyler's alley.
I couldn't pass the opportunity.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Anytime someone says handyman and same sentence.
I've told my story about finding my dad's porn, and all the neighborhood kids in Mineral Springs were at my house that whole summer.
Oh.
We had our sex education that summer.
Wow.
At God, we must have been 10. There we were. Picture it. Sicily, 1912, trying these moves on our dolls.
Oh my God.
But anyways, that, Dan said, you actually like people, and people think that you're flirting with them, but he says, I know you enough that that's not you. You love people. And he said, that's what I love about you. And that is the truth. And I thought, that is. I've had a lot of problems with a lot of haters and people not liking me, but they don't really have a reason to not like me, because I really want to see people succeed. And I started Photolicious Keepsakes professionally 2005, but I really started it in 2001. I didn't think I'd ever be a business owner, but I don't know why people don't want to come together and collaborate. Everybody wants to compete. And to me, I'm not where I am if it was like that, because
Sure.
I've had people take a chance on me. And like with Dirty Laundry, I want to do that. I genuinely, if someone wants to get up and sing, I love to share my stage, just because I love people. I want to share.
You always make me get up and sing with you. And
I think
it's
it's
always
more
fun.
for your people.
What do I do? I know we have done
Rage, some rage. I think you're.
well,
over
you
it
make
now.
me do Rage, and I can't do Rage anymore. I got too old to do Rage because, man, every time I do a Rage song, I feel like I had an ab workout. Because I'm just like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And after about 9 of those, I'm like, okay,
you've been
fuck
doing
me.
some
My
collect-
obliques really fucking hurt.
You've been doing some collective soul, and we
Yeah.
used to do the Love
We
Shack.
did Love Shack.
Yeah.
That was one we
That was
we did a
fun.
lot. Great
But
times.
I think your people want to see you up there.
And,
Your bar people.
I didn't think that at first, but
too.
I
Love it.
every time now I go and do that, everybody loves it. It just it gives me a chance to kind of go back to a place where I've never felt more like myself or more at peace than when I was in front of a band. When I was in a band and I was fronting a band, and it was the one thing in my life that I've done that I never questioned how good it was. Like I confidently went into that knowing like me and these 3 guys, we're fucking badasses and we're going to do what we do. And people are going to love us and we're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
That was the one time, like to truly go into something knowing that you're just fucking good at it.
I want you to do it again.
It's great.
Just because
I
just
wish I could
because-
do it again.
Just because that genre that you would sing, like that era of music, I would call it a whole era of music.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
not like my favorite kind. I just want a band to sing just that.
Yeah.
You can find people.
Yeah.
Man.
Except bass players.
You have to think of a name.
Oh, see, I
We're
have bass
still
players.
looking
You
for
have
a
to think
bass
of a name.
player.
I think of a name.
You could do it.
What would I name a band right now? There was a band named My Buddy Joe, and I won't take this credit for this, but my buddy Joe, a long time ago, when we talked about putting together a band, he was like, "What about Jiff and the Choosy Moms?"
Oh my God, that's
Jiff and the
awesome.
Choosy
Jiff and the
Moms.
Choosy Moms.
I thought it was going to be cheesy foreskins, but I'm sorry.
I'd come watch that band.
Tyler,
I make you
Tyler,
blush?
stare directly into the camera with me.
The cheesy foreskins.
It doesn't get better the more you say it.
Yeah, I think,
Just
I
so
think
you
it only
know.
gets worse. I think it only gets
So
worse.
going back, see, I mother people. I am a mother.
Yeah.
So-
There's so many levels to you, which is why I was like, it'd be awesome to get you here to have a conversation.
So picture it, Sicily, 1912. I went to New Orleans, and believe it or not, I got a job with Xbox.
Really?
Xbox.
This was in 2000. It did not exist, so I did not know how big this opportunity was, and I had to move to Chicago. And unfortunately, I had no self-worth back then, and because I wasn't like this, I didn't talk. I was shy, and my kids' dad was like, "I'll never find a job. I don't want to move there," and so I did not take the opportunity.
Imagine that, dude. Fucking Halo. She could have gave me all the fucking cheat
They
codes.
liked it because
Right.
I was doing virtual reality, and I knew Maya, which was a program back then, and they wanted me, and I just had no self-worth. I thought I'll just stay in Columbus, which started Photos Keepsakes. So there it was. I decided I want to be a mother. I never
Right.
wanted to be a mother. I did not want to be a mother, and I was selfish back then. And honestly, I started noticing that my relationship was toxic. But then I got pregnant.
with twins.
It was the best thing with twins. Yeah.
I want you to know that I let a joke go just now.
Oh,
I let a joke
go
go.
ahead.
What?
I was just gonna say same thing happened to Tyler, but
Oh fuck.
But-
it was planned
but
mostly.
but Allie is delightful and we love her.
It was planned. We just didn't know it'd be happen that fast, but it was.
Well, it was one of those things like I can make that joke, but it's more fun to make that joke if the person that is actually the butt of the joke, which is your wife.
she might be watching.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but she's not here, so it
Yeah.
wasn't fair. But I
Yeah.
just couldn't let it go.
She might be watching. You'll know in the comments she's fucking watching.
I will too.
We'll both know.
So everybody knows that I have children with special needs.
Sure.
So
Well, not everybody. I mean, your friends do, but
yeah. Oh well, yeah, I guess that. So picture it. 2001, not Sicily, Columbus.
Columbus, Indiana.
Here I was a web designer, and thank God I didn't continue that because with technology, it's kind of obsolete. There's a template for everything now.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
The Second String Media's website, cheap as shit, but I don't
Yeah.
need it to be great.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing about it is
I didn't even know we had a website.
you don't need your website to be great. We do have a website.
And I worked for Total Logic. It doesn't exist anymore, but I did like 96.3.
Total Logic.
I did.
Phil.
Yeah, Phil Lucius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love him.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where I started out, but then I had these children that needed a full-time nurse as a mom, and here I am. Picture it. Not Sicily, but I'm an artist. I never wanted to do anything with blood and nursing and any of that. I didn't want that, and I had to learn it, and I was dedicated, and I realized I was a good mom. I'm an overachiever. And anything that could go wrong with them went wrong. They've had over 20 brain surgeries. They actually asked me if I wanted to take them off life support because it didn't look good. And this is what this is what your life's going to be like, Lynn. Are you sure? And the nurses are saying, Lynn, got to give it over to God. Doctors can only do so much, but you never know. And thank God, because they have come so much further than the doctor said that they would.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I mean, they come to your shows.
They do.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. And it's all natural. I mean,
But-
I don't, I know I got some haters out there that want to just, want to put a negative spin on it, but it's natural. I don't know any way to fake anything. And I don't think they understand how grateful I am to have them. They shouldn't even be here.
Right.
And so I'm the person that I am today because of them. I never thought I'd ever own my own business. And it was like 2005, me and Ron, my cousin, are talking, and he's like, okay, Steven Spielberg wants to hire me. Do I go to Los Angeles? He just got done doing Lord of the Rings. And I said, I got to make money. I could not even afford Thanksgiving. I went to the Love Chapel, and the fucking Love Chapel was closed. And I felt like a failure. And I said, something's got to give. And so Ron went to DreamWorks, and I went to Photolicious Keepsakes.
Which
I
is
started
your
it.
photography
That is my
business.
photography and my design company.
Now, Tyler, answer with me here. Would you go to Los Angeles right now to work for Steven Spielberg?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, me too.
Wrong. It
too.
sucked. It was a bad experience.
What?
I don't know, dude.
Work for Spielberg?
I think I'd do it.
I think I know. I know for sure.
I would at least do it for the bagels on set.
For the bagels.
You know they're there.
Bagels are only worthwhile if they're accompanied by whipped cream cheese.
Yes, cream cheese makes
Yeah.
cheese.
That's the only way to eat a bagel.
We're never going to be able to think of cheese the same way, are we?
Why cream cheese?
Why?
She's a pervert. That's why.
Oh,
Uncircumcised.
I got so mad the other day because I found a cartoon of like Mickey Mouse, and
You download the wrong one.
well, so here's what's fucked up. Like it was on TikTok, and they were like, "Oh my god, like Mickey was wilding back in the day. I can't believe they used to allow this on TV." And it was Mickey Mouse with a giant boner through his overalls, fucking all this cheese, putting holes in the Swiss cheese. And it said, "Now we know how the Swiss cheese gets the holes."
Was it real though? Or
It wasn't real.
someone
Somebody
made
had
it?
made it.
See, dude, that's the problem with
Very
fucking
recently.
technology
Yeah.
these days. They can make any fucking thing.
Somebody
they want.
had made it. So for a minute, I was like,
Mickey Mouse wilding out.
Mickey Mouse is wilding.
Okay. Picture it. Mineral Springs, 1986.
So much hair.
There's no
We
way you
found
have
a
a story
horny
for this.
toad,
So much
and it was
hair.
a tiny little rubber toad, and it had the biggest heart on, and it was called horny toad. We found it in the field.
Did
A
somebody tell
farmer's
you that? Or
No, we literally found it. Candy Fields, Marla Woods.
no.
around now.
I understand that you found it, but did somebody tell you that it was a horny toad, or was it just
No,
a
it-
regular toad with a boner?
It was a regular toad with a boner.
With a boner. Okay.
I think the name. I think the sexual name of it was a horny toad.
I think he
just like
had a
the
name on it.
popsicle we found in Ziggy's parking lot, the ice cream.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Probably the same concept.
So you don't know that story clearly. There was like a popsicle, but it was like foam.
It was a rubber dildo.
It was a
popsicle.
rubber dildo like popsicle.
With a
it was,
handle.
and it was called the ice cream.
The
The
ice
ice
cream.
cream.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
Yeah, that was real.
Oh my
Terrible.
gosh.
And Caleb
my-
was playing with it after he found it in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
On the ground. Didn't even wash it.
Imagine the last time that was used in the Ziggy's parking lot. I probably served a beer to that guy.
Oh, God.
And he probably didn't wash his hands.
Oh my God! All right, hey,
served a
before
beer to
before we
that
go
guy.
on with all this wonderful conversation we're having, I want to maybe not do the best justice as possible right now. Forget all that ice cream talk for a second. We got a couple sponsors to talk about. This show is proudly supported by Just Like Home Doggy Daycare. Listen, if you need a place to take your pets, there's only one place to go, and it's Just Like Home Doggy Daycare. You can find them on the web at justlikehomedoggy.daycare.com or on Facebook at Just Like Home Doggy Daycare. Listen, it's in-home dog daycare, okay? The lady literally keeps them in the house. If they need to stay overnight, if they want to sleep in the bed with the lady, they do. Like, it's really just that simple. You may have to be away, but for your pets, Tyler, it'll be
Just like home.
that's right. Again, find Just Like Home Doggy Daycare on the web at justlikehomedoggydaycare.com or on Facebook. Just Like Home Doggy Daycare. One more time. Edge Construction. The masters of the construction industry. And I need to think of a new tagline to say.
I had
after
my
that.
Ed shirt on. Dude, I'm telling we need to make commercials.
We do need to make
Brian will let us borrow an excavator
do.
out back.
Oh,
Dude, we can make a commercial.
we could do. We could make a rockin' commercial. I don't know that he'd want to use it to promote his business, but we could make a good commercial.
It'd be memorable. No one will forget it. And then one
Absolute.
day they're going to be like, man, I need some groundwork done.
Remember that time
I
Fat
need
Jason Momoa was on that
yeah, they're
excavator?
like, man, one time you were spinning him in circles and his hair was just flowing in the wind. I wish you would have put his shirt back on, but I mean, here he is.
God. Edge Construction, the masters of the construction industry. We are in the Edge Construction studio right now. My friend Brian Jones. They do great work. Site work, or God damn it. This is the third week in a row I've done this. Site development or dirt work, not site work or dirt development.
Whatever you want to call it.
812-343-3035. Get a hold of Brian Jones. Anything you need construction-wise. Brian, Kelsey, Maddie, they'll all take care of you. Edge Construction. Find them on the web at edgeconstruct.com. And again, that number is 812-343-3035. Tell them the Mind Snacks podcast sent you. We are back with Lynn Reese, our guest in studio. And we just got done telling a weird popsicle story that I'm not sure how we got to. But
we were talking about horny
I
toads
think
Oh,
we
the
started
horny
with porn.
well,
and Mickey Mouse making Swiss cheese.
I did that. That I did.
You segued us right into it.
But I want
Yeah.
to talk about the business because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, probably the biggest thing you do is what you started to lead into was Photolicious Keepsakes. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of being a mother,
Yeah.
from a term in terms of business ventures,
Yeah.
the photography business is the big one, right?
Yeah. So I've been an artist and, I've got a fine arts degree and computer animation and all this stuff. And it's just like, I picked up a camera and at the time, digital was just coming and I wanted nothing to do with, film development. And, I was all about scanning in stuff and manipulating. I was making myself into Scooby-Doo characters. That's what I did at IU.
Well, the software involved with all that too is pretty outrageous.
I've been doing Photoshop since 1997.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh
Way
wow!
before this creative studio stuff.
So wait a minute.
There's Dreamweaver.
If I ever need a picture, like, can I take these people out of the background? You can do
Oh
that.
my God. Can I?
Can you like Photoshop me all around the world so I can just make up places I've been on vacation that I've never been?
I actually have a website where my cat went all around the world and it was Vacation with Bailey. So that was, I used to just make up all these things. I did Tunimations. I come up with Tunimations where I would make lyrics. It's funny because now there's actual lyric videos.
Sure.
But I would do an emotional tunimation to a song, and it was the lyrics to a song. But when you would watch the lyrics, it would express the emotion in the song visually, so you could see it. And my art teacher was like, "Lynn, you've got to copyright that. You got to market that." But I just never did. Like
When
I
you
said,
said-
back then I didn't have.
when you were
self-worth.
saying tunimations, I was thinking like tuna fish the whole time doing
too.
something.
Oh no,
I'm
it's-
like, wow, what's a tunimation?
Right.
So it was TUN for a tune.
Oh,
Okay, toon Amy. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah,
I
an
totally. That's totally what I thought the whole
animated
time.
toon.
That's
Yeah.
totally what I was thinking about the whole time.
Yeah.
the entire time.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with what Cave is, but it's virtual reality. And you go into a simulator, and I would have these, at IU, these galleries, and people would come into my cave, and I would make a virtual environment, and people would put the goggles on, and they'd, go through my world, and it was just awesome.
Yeah,
That
was
is pretty
wild,
cool.
That
dude.
was me.
So
That
it
was
sounds
me.
like those skills would be valuable to the people like developing the metaverse.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like
I haven't done.
it sounds like you've got talent
Yeah.
that is that maybe you're not expanding upon. But I get what you're doing too, because your main focus still being a mother
Yeah.
to your children. Like that is which by the way is an admirable sacrifice. Like that's unbelievable.
Well,
but I don't think mothers even call it a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even feel
Everybody
like that.
says, "How can you do what you do, Lynn?" And we don't. We don't. We have no. I had no choice.
That's the thing. I don't think it ever is a choice. Like my wife with her daughter, my wife got had her child very young, and it was just like it's never been a choice. And of course now we do a lot of work for our nephews too. So it's a lot of times like there's 3 kids around, and man, she makes it look easy. And I think it's just that instinct that mothers have that are just it's out of this world.
I had to learn big words that my twins. I remember when I found out what was wrong with them, and I don't watch Lifetime because of it anymore. That Damon got they got a intraventricular brain hemorrhage, a IVH grade 4, and they call it a periventricular hemorrhage. And I was watching because I couldn't even bring them home. They were in Riley for 4 months. I couldn't bring them home, and they're like, "Lynn, you're gonna have to go on maternity leave when you bring them back home." So I'd have to leave them at Riley. I'd go to work at Total Logic, and I just bought my house, and I turned on Lifetime, and there was the movie was like The Right to Kill My Child, and he had a periventricular hemorrhage.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I remember calling Riley, like screaming, crying, and they're like, "Hey, you don't know how long ago that was made. And, technology has gotten better." And then I'm finding out from the kids' neurosurgeon, Dr. Boaz. I got to say, I wouldn't have my kids if it wasn't for him. But he's like, "We're going to try to get your twins to get into their 20s. Try to get them." So
Jeez.
there was no,
Another 20,
they're 22.
22. That's what I thought. 21 or 22.
So they've, we had some setbacks in 2019 and 2020, and that has set Devin back quite a bit. But he is so determined. He's so great, but they made me who I am. I was a mouse. I like to make people laugh, but I never stood up for myself and never thought I would ever make the business. But there I was in 2005. I needed to do something. So that's the birth of Photolicious Keepsake. So it was going to be Phototopia.
Yeah.
And and this is before Licious was a thing. At the very end, I made it Photolicious. And it just spread like wildfire.
Well, yeah,
I had
that's been-
nurses and everybody in my house because, the twins were extensively,
Sure.
for the first 10 years, I would be in between their bedsides because if one of them was in the hospital having a brain surgery or whatever was going on, the other one might be either the next month or the same. I sat in between bedsides, and it was enough to make you go crazy.
I can't imagine.
And yeah, and so then they started to kind of calm down, and I had to figure out what could I do for my family to make money, but I couldn't go and get not necessarily a real job, but I couldn't go to a factory. I couldn't go because I'd have to stop what I'm doing. At the time they needed around the care clock,
That's always
for
a
me to be
tough
there.
battle. Like
Yeah.
and of course wildly different situation, but I always think about like, okay, I got to do this and this and this because no matter what, I've got to have enough money to provide for my girls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For my wife, for my child. Like
Yeah.
I've always got to be doing something to make enough money, but how do I balance what I want to do
Yeah.
in my dreams and still have the time to be a good provider? It's tough. It's not easy. This world's
I
not
prefer
easy.
the word when I balance stuff, I say shimmy. We're just going to shimmy.
I'm shimmying that
So I'm
around.
shimmying through life.
I want to ask you something that is completely not related to anything we've talked about yet, but I want to talk about the first time I ever met you. It was a karaoke night, and you had told me you put your name in as
Oh, Shamasturbator.
Shamasturbator.
Oh God.
Oh, Lord.
It was first name Shamasta, last name Bader. Now I gotta
I'm
know.
a weird person. I'm so sorry.
I gotta
guys.
know.
I'm weird.
I gotta know. Katie says, "Was it sticky?" I assume she's talking about the old ice cream. But Pat McGuire,
funny.
shout out Patty
Tasted
McGuire,
funny.
who by the way will co-host with me next week in Tyler Me's absence.
How's he? He can't next week.
Oh
Patty's
yeah,
gonna be gone, too.
He's not co-hosting next
3
week.
weeks.
I don't know who's co-hosting with me next week.
Yeah, you're replacing me twice.
I have to. But he says you should have her. He said we should have her tell her story at the Remax Riley golf outing.
Uh-oh. Can I be myself? I'm a little.
I don't know if you know Patrick,
Uh-uh.
but
So the Remax golf
That,
outing is they raise money for Riley Hospital, and they always have like a Riley story.
Oh, so we're talking real. We're not talking dirty.
Yeah,
No.
not
No.
dirty, not dirty.
Yeah.
no, we have to. We well, I don't know that you have to.
Yeah, I would love
Potato,
to tell.
potato.
I would love to tell.
And now to tell her story, Shamasturbator.
Yeah, I was like, which story? The
Shamasturbator.
Shamasturbator story?
Not
So
that
okay, so the name. Okay, so Photolicious Keepsakes came out because it was my therapy,
story. Okay.
and the therapy turned into a business. So then I needed a different outlet, and that's when I went to IU. I've always been a hard worker. My dad was a great person to look up to, and he was always working on cars, and there I was putting myself through college, and I always had 2 jobs and went to college full time, and there I am cleaning down walls at Ballantine Hall. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with Ballantine Hall, but it's got some amazing in the basement. It's got some amazing acoustics. And that's when I found out that I could sing. Now, my mom taught me piano, and she would have me sing. My mom had a beautiful voice. And she's no longer here, but she was like one of my biggest supporters. And I just, like I said, I had no self-worth. And the minute that I found out I could sing, of all things, Pat Benatar, my kids' dad, then we were just dating. I said, I think I want to start a band, because I'm sitting there trying to think, how can I make money? I've always been, that's my goal, make
Right.
money. And he's like, oh, you're too old. And let me just say, I was probably 22 at the time, and I was too old to start a band. Yeah. Yeah. So that went away. So then fast forward, here I am, kids, we're talking what I did as a mother was change out NG tubes, put tubes down their noses. This wasn't normal motherhood. This was, I was a nurse to them. It was, me, and to save money, taking my little tweezers and cutting the sutures in their heads after brain surgery and pulling them out myself. I'm actually doing all that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And unfortunately, having special needs kids is hard on a marriage.
I can't
And,
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine that it's easy on anything.
Yeah, it was hard,
Like-
and he had a hard time, and I don't want to bash him. However, having kids that are different, some people are okay with it, and some people aren't. And he didn't like us taking them out in the world. And I was like, people are going to know who Damon and Devin are,
Yeah.
and he didn't. I was told not to take them out. I was told twice at 2 funerals of family members not to bring Damon because he's in a wheelchair. I'm sorry, I'm going to take him. People are going to know who he is.
Yeah.
He's not going to be. And I swear, I also have had to fire some doctors because they wanted to treat Damon like a diagnosis. And no, Dr. Boaz, that's why I sing his praises. He says, when this mother calls me, you let her through. I have a cell phone number. And he, in 2020, he continued to talk to me when he no longer was the doctor to Devin. And he's just amazing. He's amazing. And I really pride him on why they survived as long as they have. Because when Damon had his in 2019, his setback, Dr. Boaz is no longer, he's doing sports medicine now. But they told me if Damon ever has shunt malfunction now, shunt infection, they will have to take the whole system out. And they said there's no method to Dr. Boaz's madness. We would not know what to do with him, and Damon will die. So yeah. So this is my reality, and that's why I have to stay busy, because if I think about that, I'm gonna never come out of my house. I'm never gonna get out of bed, but I can't stop.
Sure.
I can't stop. So there I was dealing with all this, and my sister says, Lynn, you've got to get out of the house. And this is probably, I think, probably 2006. You guys remember Champs? She says,
Yeah, we remember
Relic
Champs.
was the band, and she had me go out there, and I'm like, oh my God, they're doing what I want to do. And here I was at home. I'm the big, Sound of Music. I sung to my kids. So that's how I got through a lot, was music. While the kids are in the bedside, I would sing Copacabana to Damon. That was my song to him.
Her name was Lola. She was a showgirl. Do you know the words?
Devin's was I love you, baby.
Okay.
And
I
if
don't know.
it's cold at night or something.
Quite
I need
all
you,
right.
yeah.
I need you, baby.
Till for my lonely nights, oh pretty baby.
Exactly.
Say you'll. So that's how it was. And then
Yeah.
once I got him home,
how it
it
was.
was raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens.
Yep.
I'm an imitator,
Yeah.
and I never saw myself as a musician. And that's how the music started. I sang to my kids. That was my therapy.
Sure.
And my sister brought me into these bars, and it's like, oh my God, live music. And I was like, I want to karaoke. I want to do that. And I met one of my really good friends, Lisa. It was Star at the time, Star Karaoke.
Yeah.
And that was my therapy. And I would be Lynn, mom, nurse until 9:00, and then I'd go karaoke. And I felt for a minute there, everything that I was dealing with, I didn't have to think about it.
Right.
And it wasn't about drinking. It wasn't about anything about that. It was just,
I've never seen you like super drunk.
And if
I'm
anybody's
sure it's happened. but-
asking, because unfortunately, prematurity was what happened to my kids. They are premature. I had them at 26 weeks, and I had Maitland at 29 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And what happened to the boys happened to her as well. But women are stronger. Sorry, guys, girls are stronger.
Wow.
She didn't get the brain bleeds, but she does have.
Wow.
minerals.
I need a button. I need a button over here. to
Owen
suppress-
Wilson. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
The toilet.
Wow.
Wow. But, everything, I was dealing with 3 kids, doing all this, changing NG tubes, dealing with doctors. And we found out what was wrong with Maitland. But going to a genetic doctor, we found out that my diabetes was the reason why all this happened. And that's
So it wasn't
why
just like gestational diabetes, like this.
it was gestational.
Okay.
And he told me that diabetes can really, really tear up in utero a pregnancy. And that's
Oh,
what
wow.
happened. I was on bed rest. I was supposed to stay. I was in the hospital. And, I did everything right. I've recently had people, oh, your kids are slow. You must have done drugs. I've literally had someone just tell me that in March. People are so fucking crude.
What kind of person
like,
says that?
A
don't
fucked
know,
up
dude.
person.
Yeah.
It's like, I ate spinach for these kids, damn it.
Ugh.
I worked 2 jobs. When I found out I had twins, I worked 2 jobs. But I made sure I was a freaking designer. So I sat at a desk,
Right.
I came up with ways to make money.
Why don't they encourage people to be active while they're pregnant?
Yeah.
Like,
But, people want to say, oh, she must have done something for
sure.
them to come early.
People
But-
always have something to say.
Yeah, it was inevitable. They came and they said, Lynn, we don't think that you should have any more kids. So I was no longer going to, have kids. So these were my one shot. But
Right.
but anyways, karaoke was my therapy to get away from all of that. And yeah, that's when I remember Ziggy's. And so the Shemastibator. So anyways, like I said, hard on a marriage. So in 2009, we separated. Oh no, that must have been like the first time we separated. 2006.
Oh.
I was masturbating because I was.
Okay.
I was.
There it
I
is.
didn't want to go.
There
do
it is.
We
anything.
knew it was coming.
There it is.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just
we knew where the name
all
came
my
from.
friends were having
We
all
just had
these
to hear
parties.
the stories.
Right.
It was pure romance. They were having these parties, and I had to be a good friend. And the thing is,
She's like, give
I
me
was.
that big guy over there.
We'll call him Jerome.
I was
Got any horny toads?
and he was green.
Oh,
he
my
was kind
God.
of cute. But
Oh my
the
God.
thing was, I would fall asleep because I was so busy all day that I'd finally get to sleep and do that. I'd wake up in the morning and the batteries are dead. That's why dirty laundry, I have the battery joke, Please give us tip money because
guys
I
got
need
any
more
B cells over there?
batteries. But
Now,
anyways, that's how so
what? 4.5 years. What have we become? What have we
I'm
become?
surprised it took this long.
Yeah,
We held out. We held out for a while.
dude, I don't know where
We've held out for a while.
to go with that. I just
well,
This is the
I didn't
first.
want people knowing my name.
well,
Because to me,
You
I was
picked a
still
great one.
married. And
picked a good one.
I just didn't want people to know
He's
me.
the Shemastibator.
Yeah. So, and I really like to see people blush, when they say my name.
well, so you were like, I never blushed. I just thought it was funny because like you would tell me what your name was, and I'm like Shemasta. What is that? And she's like, oh, last name Bader,
yeah.
and I'm like, that's funny.
And then when I ended up, trying to reconcile because having special kids, special needs kids, I really wanted to make my marriage work. So
Sure.
we got back together. So then I became Shemasta Licious for Photolicious. So that's how Shemasta Licious came.
I never knew her.
Only the Bader.
I only knew the
knew the
Bader.
Bader.
Only the Bader.
I only knew the Bader.
Well,
But
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's a lot. That's a lot going on there.
it's a lot.
So now you've kind of ventured into doing live sound
Okay.
on top of all the other things that you got going on.
So I guess I should tell you how Dirty Laundry came. So there I am.
It sounded like the batteries were on all night. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I got. Out of
I mean
the whole thing.
that's
I have to say,
Should have been called dead batteries.
being a karaoke, people want to give a hard time to karaoke people. And I have to say, some people, some bands really took a chance and let me get up on stage with them.
right.
I guess I should shout out to my brother-in-law, Jody Brown.
Jody Brown.
He's been in a lot of bands.
Oh yeah.
And, we'd go to the VFW and I'd like to dance and be silly, and that was my my Bloomington days. That's how we actually met Jody.
Okay.
We met him in Bloomington. They picture it. Bloomington, 1997.
Oh man.
And we met another musician. We won't go into that. That's for the book.
Right.
But that's how we met Jody. And so we would go and support Jody. And I never knew I was a singer, so I never got up. But once I started karaokeing, that's when Jody would let me get up on stage with them. Other bands would let me get up on stage. I met Darren through Relic.
Right.
He'd let me get on stage. And then all of a sudden in 2009, 2008, 2009. God, I don't know how long it's been. Kimball Gagas owned Guitar City.
Yeah.
And he called me and he's like, "You want to start a band?" And I thought, really? Yeah. Someone was taking a chance on me. And that's how Dirty Laundry was evolved.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
The nice part about being named Dirty Laundry is that you don't really have to ask like what your genre is. Like
You don't have to.
we get it already.
Yeah.
But it's cool because you guys kind of embody that. Like I love watching Dirty Laundry play. I don't. The one song I don't recall ever having heard you play is Dirty Laundry.
We did in the beginning.
You don't play it anymore.
I told him we need to bring it back, but it's been 10 years, so
Probably should.
When do you
Yeah,
play
we
at
probably
Ziggy's
should.
next? Do you play there anytime soon?
I think next month. I think we're there like every 2.5 months. Yeah, we just played in May, so we'll be there.
I leave
in
that
July,
calendar
I think.
there. I've got all my other calendars on my phone, but I leave that
Oh,
one
mine's
there.
on my phone. I guess I.
I have to come. Next time you go there, I have to come in.
Yeah,
They're good.
we're gonna
I
be
think
at
I've
the
seen
Eagles
him. I think I've
too.
seen him before.
The Eagles has us in August.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll look up that after you guys are heckling a little bit later. But that's how it came about.
What you guys are heckling around.
Once you guys out there pecking like
Out
some old
there.
hens.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
see. But and everything came easy because I don't like to half-ass anything.
Sure.
And with Photolicious Keepsakes, I had a lot of people coming to me and saying, "Can you do this?" And the way that I learned to keep a business is you don't ever want to say no. And to me, I like a challenge, and I like to
Tyler
be
also
creative.
never says no.
Whatever it is. Answer's always yes.
Answer's always yes.
Customer's always right.
We must
You want
be.
me to do what with a bowling pin?
We must be at Zig. Did we talk about bowling pin? What?
No.
It's edit from the script.
Edit from script.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read the teleprompter wrong.
We'll go.
Oh, we'll be cruising to Hope on. God, we have a freaking busy 4th of July weekend. We're playing 3 different places.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it is crazy. So let me just. I know I tend to go out in left field and stuff and ramble.
We never do that.
Ever.
Yeah.
Sounds nothing like
We
us.
never go off on tangents.
Sounds nothing like
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we are strictly to the script.
the book.
It's funny how Dirty Laundry started because I was scared. I was scared to death, and I now 10 years later, it's like I'm running sound. I'm a one. I do it all. I do the advertising. I talk to the venues.
Yep.
And now I'm doing the sound. And Darren, I got to thank Darren. Darren's like, "Lynn, if you can do it, do it." And I learned sound real quick in 1 month. So
Yep.
it's been 1 year I've been running it. And so weddings, of course, are my big thing for my photography. And I was dating someone, and I was giving him the jobs for the sound, but he just didn't really have the voice. And for some reason, I like to tell stories, and I love people. I love to talk to them, and it just comes second nature. And it's like, oh my God, I just do what I do at Dirty Laundry and do it with the wedding DJ.
So do you DJ weddings
I
too?
DJ weddings. I just did last Saturday. I just was wedding coordinator, wedding photographer,
Wow.
and wedding DJ.
Wait,
and
you
they
DJ'd
just-
and
I
and
DJ,
photographed?
yep. So what I do is I just have my little microphone, or I have my headset, and my daughter helps me.
Yeah.
I can't. A lot of these, they loved it though, because I'm on the microphone and I'm taking pictures, and they're like they just loved it.
So sometimes, like I DJ weddings,
Uh-huh.
and sometimes I need help just with the DJ part. So the idea that you could DJ and kind of coordinate the event and be the photographer, I can assume that would be really easy because what I do to coordinate the event is always get with the photographer immediately.
Organization.
Yeah.
So I've been a wedding photographer since 2000. So
Right.
for 24 years, I've been doing weddings, and I've worked with some of the most amazing DJs. I got to do, what is it? What's Mike Asher? Midnight Express.
yeah,
Midnight Express,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's amazing. We used to do Job Corps together. I
Shout out
swear.
Mike Asher.
Yes, Mike
Yeah,
Asher.
he did the Thayer's wedding I went to.
We're gonna get Mike on the show too. He asked a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's amazing. And we used to do Job Corps, and I was the photographer, he was the DJ, and I swear it was like a Pimps and Hoes prom.
Pimps and hoes.
Pimps and Hoes prom. They were all dressed up as
Interesting.
So we need to network more on the weddings.
Okay.
Because people always tell me, like, do you have any recommendations? And
Uh-huh.
every time I sit down with somebody and talk about their wedding, I always say the first things first, spend your money on photography.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a low budget,
And
like-
you know what I tell them? Spend your money on a DJ because
Oh,
you don't
really?
want to lose. Well, no, I tell them because I'm their photographer.
right.
You don't want to lose your party.
You don't want to lose your party, but at the end of the day, I think about the things that you'll remember down the road. And the
Yeah.
music that was playing, you won't remember that down the road. But your pictures, those are forever.
With me, if you have a good DJ, you're going to have amazing photos. He's going to set me up so that I can give you great photos.
Right.
Set the
If
mood.
you don't have a good DJ, you know what I ended up in? I stuttered. Ooh. I always, if it was a horrible DJ, I'd take the microphone from them because they weren't doing anything.
Right.
And I got to get this show going. I need to get
Yeah.
these photos. And that's how I knew I had a voice. It was way before Dirty Laundry.
Right.
I would be like, ladies, let's get these ladies up on here for the bouquet. Let's hands in the air, and they loved it.
Yep.
And that's,
That's the
what
thing, and I've done it for so long that when I get on the microphone and like do hype man stuff, like I feel like I'm being kind of corny.
they
But
love
dude, people
corny.
respond to that
They
shit.
do.
They do. They respond so
do.
well. But like, put your hands in the air. Like, why? Why? Oh, I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna
These
do
were
it.
Great
I'm
He
gonna do
pictures.
it. The man said.
He said.
The man said. But
I've worked
that-
with some DJs that have amazing voices for radio. However, they're not a good DJ. They don't know how to keep their audience. And for some reason, it just came so natural with me.
I don't think I have a great voice for radio, or at least I've been told that by the radio stations I tried to work at a long time ago. But
Well, they don't make money, so it doesn't matter.
I always tell them, just wait. I'll have more social media followers than you before long.
Right?
Just saying.
So basically, Dirty Laundry, I learned and I gained self-worth, confidence, and honestly, I had no confidence with photography. Isn't that weird?
What's crazy about businesses like that, when you talk about DJing, you talk about photography, you talk about the band, you gain confidence doing them, but you also need confidence to do them.
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the more confidence you gain, the better you get.
Mm-hmm.
The better you get. And when you walk into a room and immediately just know, like, I control this whole fucking room, it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And like I said, I referenced this earlier. When I was playing with Third from Last was really the only time that I 100% felt that way. DJing a wedding, I feel pretty good. Like I've done so many of them. I feel pretty good doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we were playing music and I walked in the room, I knew. I was like, I got all these motherfuckers. They're mine. They're mine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing I've ever done where I felt that way. And
That's
it's a great fucking feeling.
It's a great feeling.
God, it's a great
Yeah.
feeling. And, even when we come on this podcast, I mean, I second guess everything.
And that's good.
And I don't want to be there, though. I don't want to be in that position. I want to
Yeah.
be the guy that was like, I know it was good.
But see,
'Cause I
you're
did it.
gonna
We-
want
because we
That
did
was
it.
Good, dude.
you're gonna want to make this is my thing. I want to make my next one even better. I want to one up what I did, and that's how I dealt with the photography. Am I having another photo shoot of the same thing? How many engagements and seniors can you take? I want to one up. I want to make it even better.
Right.
And I tackled that with Dirty Laundry. I had a great show. I want to make it even better next time. I don't want them to think that, oh, we already know what she's going to sing.
Sure.
Unfortunately, with struggling, we are still looking for a bass player. We've had some amazing bass players, though, help us out. And I am so grateful to them for supporting us.
I really liked
Killing
Rhonda.
Smalls. Oh my
I
God,
really
love
liked Rhonda, man. She was so cool to meet her.
Yeah.
And then I found out, of course, we had people in common. She's in the Seymour music scene. The
Yeah.
people that are in Killing Smalls,
Well,
I know those guys.
So I used to follow her. Was it some rattlesnake or
Redneck Rattlesnake.
and then before that, she's like Bad Country,
Uh-huh.
you know. So my therapy was the karaoke, but me and Rachel would get out and it's so funny because people, you know, social media, they'll wanna just stereotype us.
Sure.
We really we left there together. We never left with anybody. We wanted to go and support the live music, and I loved her. I just loved that there was a woman, a badass woman
Yeah.
on stage, and that could be me. And I kept telling Rachel,
It is
I
you.
should start my own fucking band. And she's like, do it, do
It
it.
is you.
I'm like, I'm going to do it.
And the thing about this town too is there's a lot of great women in rock and roll in this town.
Yeah.
You know, between you and Tessa and Marcy
Uh-huh.
and Holly Barrett,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of great women
Yeah.
in music in this town. It's great to see. It's
It
great
is.
to see because it's a different element, and
It's
I don't
hard
mean to.
for us, you know. Unfortunately, as a man, I feel it's a man's world.
Well, one difference that I will cite is I know that like when a band of dudes shows up, it's just a band. When your band shows up, it's a band with a female lead singer. Like you always have to throw that in for some reason. People throw that in. Oh, they have the female lead. Yeah, they have the female lead, and you don't hear that when it's a band of dudes. So it's like, why is that different? Like, and I'll say there's great things about it. A, versatility. You as a singer can do things that I cannot do. Don't have a prayer to do.
Always make me do dude songs. I love Robert Plant, but
Well, yeah, I
Led
can't do
Zeppelin was
Robert
all I
Plant.
can-
You need Robert Plant or a
gotta
female
just-
to do Led Zeppelin songs.
Okay,
No.
let me just go back to why is Lynn so corrupt and unfiltered? My dad let me listen to Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious. And this is why I
Great
chose
works of comedy.
Tito's. Tito, give me some tissue. Jermaine, stop teasing. And I'm just a mimicker.
Yeah.
I'm a mimicker. I'm not a singer. I'm a mimicker. And I will do the craziest Led Zeppelin songs because I'm mimicking, Robert Plant.
Right.
But Darren's like, do female stuff. Let's do some female stuff. I know you could do some. And I'm like, I could totally do some Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Do some
And
Pat
that's what we
Benatar,
did.
dude. What's it called? Dreams?
No,
Oh,
that's Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. I'm a Stevie Nicks.
Oh no, what's the? What am I thinking?
Pat
of?
Benatar.
We Belong.
Oh,
We
yeah.
belong to the night.
Yep.
I
Great
like that
jam.
one. I
We
like
used
that
to
one.
do.
I said Dreams because I listened to Fleetwood Mac earlier.
Yeah, she played last night.
Yeah, I know. My
So
buddy
my-
went to see her at work. That's why we were talking
Yeah.
about her.
My favorite female-led band ever is a band called No Doubt.
Oh,
And everybody knows No Doubt.
Gwen Stefani.
Everybody knows No Doubt.
Girl, do we know No
Yeah.
Doubt?
Yeah, we do. Because I'm feeling hella good, so let's just keep
That's fun. I
on
just played that
dancing.
at the wedding.
But I'm more of like a, when
or
they were,
Holler Back. I did Holler Back.
I'm more like when they were less pop and more like a ska band. Like, I'm like Spiderwebs.
I
and
love
I'm just a
walking
girl.
in the spider.
But
When I don't know the words, everybody knows that I meow them. Meow, 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 meow.
so my band used to do Even Flow by Pearl Jam.
Even flow.
Sang that song.
Oh, with marbles.
I don't know
in
how
there?
many times I've sang that song. To this day, don't know all the words. On a pillow made of concrete.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I said 4 words there.
Yeah. And no one knows you
Oh,
don't know the words.
hell,
That song came on my Pandora the other day, and I'm just like, hell yeah, you go, brother.
Get it, Eddie. All right.
So basically, now I am PK Sound. So last year, we had a founding member leave, and he ran sound. And I really thought that was going to be the end of Dirty Laundry. My whole ego, everything, just my self-worth hit the floor. And I have to promote the Shift Cafe. That book saved my life.
The Shift Cafe.
The Shift Cafe. It's a Cindy Allen Stuckey. I
Yeah.
hope I have her name right, Cindy Stuckey Allen. I think it's Cindy Allen Stuckey, and it's the Shift Cafe. She is a local author here in Columbus, Indiana. You can get her book. Isn't just a book; it's a a workbook. You have to actually work it, and it helped. It helped me get through everything that was going on, and I was thinking, oh, I gotta be strong so that when I get back with this person, I'm gonna be strong for him. But it didn't happen, and I was strong for myself, and I couldn't believe it. So instead of losing all these weddings and getting sued because these contracts I had, sound, I was doing these wedding photography and sound with him. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get sued. And Darren, Darren White is the another founding member of Dirty Laundry. He was like, Lynn, if you have the money, why don't you invest in yourself? Why don't you invest in a system that you can put together yourself? You don't need a man to help you. And that's what I did. And in a month, I learned it in and out. I lived sound, and we did our first gig. And he's like, "You have had us sounding better than we have in years."
Yeah.
And it was like, wow.
So what kind of mixer do you have?
I bought it from Guitar City. Brian.
Shout out, Brian.
Yeah. He had me get a. Oh God.
Is it Mackie or Behringer?
No.
No.
It's I just took a picture of it.
So when I use Mackie or Behringer stuff, I always knew like it was effects channel 88. But that was just that was my secret to running sound, is I was like, I need the effects here, channel 88.
What is that?
To this day, don't know what it is. It's a mixture of
Oh.
echo and delay.
Personas.
Presonus is good stuff. That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Cindy Allen Stuckey, by the way.
Yes.
Is the now she's from
We need
Columbus.
to get her on here. She's amazing.
She's from Columbus?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you to connect me with
I
her.
will. She's amazing. And she's got a great story. Great story. She's published. She started out being the person to help these big Fortune 500 companies. That's how she started out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would that would be cool. Yeah, I'm seeing this here, the
She's gonna
Shift
help
Cafe,
me.
how to step into the power of your potential.
I've talked to, she's making chapters based on me and my story.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, because self-worth was what I found. And she's like, you've opened up chapters that we never even thought about. And I talked to her editor, and they're like, Lynn, you've got a great story. So that's why I say, we'll save that for the book. So I'll be coming up with a book.
Cindy Allen Stuckey. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, she's amazing. And so what ended up happening was I saved myself. I saved Photolicious because I was afraid I was going to get sued. And I ended up doing, it was a band. We were going to do a band wedding. And I was, that we were just doing, I didn't do the photos. I just did the band and the DJ. So it was amazing. And I thought, oh my God, it's like the movies, The Wedding Singer, I'm like, I'm freaking Adam Sandler.
Well, that level of
Yeah, I'm
versatility
freaking
can really put you in the spotlight there. And it's so marketable. And
Yeah.
the reality with weddings is I do a few weddings annually. I do way more than I get offered way more than I take. I don't want to spend all my time doing weddings.
I do videography too. They're like, how can you do this, Lynn? I use the whole same camera. I can do it right as I'm doing everything.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I wish we had at our wedding, because there's no video of our ceremony, and I would have loved to have a video of our ceremony.
Yeah.
So crazy stuff. Lynn, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
We have.
You believe that? Do you believe that?
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Wise.
Indeed. Out here doing it.
Oh, so I haven't even told you the new thing that's going on. So, when everything fell apart last April, founding member left Dirty Laundry, everything came together. And so with the help of Cindy and the Shift Cafe, she had me do these vital visions. What is your vital vision, Lynn? And it was self-worth. And once I found my self-worth, it's like, what is your next now? Let's make a whole year goal. And this is like maybe in August. So then my next vital vision was put self-worth into my business. And that's now I'm opening up a studio after over 20 years. I mean, technically 2025, it will be 20 years.
That's amazing.
But
So do you have like brick and mortar own place here in town, I assume?
no, I hadn't. So all these
No,
years
but I mean, you do.
hadn't.
You will now.
I will. So he just called me and he got the permits and he's going to get started and it'll
That's
be
fantastic.
where Donut Central is.
Yeah.
I'll be on the opposite side of that building. That will be my huge studio. And I'm opening it with a friend, Danielle McKinley, who is a hairstylist because I'm so sorry. Oh, that's you. That ain't me. Come on, Mimosa.
That ain't
Oh,
me.
it's my other phone.
I said that ain't me.
I'm big pimpin'.
That ain't
Hey,
playing.
the
who it is.
burner's
That ain't
ringing.
playing D40, dude.
The burners.
The burner phone's
The
ringing.
burner phone.
Well, you know, I have Damon. I take care of my
Sure.
grown children, and
Sure.
that's his phone. So, but so I'm finally going to open up a studio, and she's going to. I work with her for hair and makeup,
Yeah.
and it's like, why not? I do a lot of boudoir. Why not offer all of that in the same building as my photography studio?
Heck
It's
yeah.
on site, so it's going to be amazing.
We can go get some boudoir photos done, Sean B.
Dude, I would love that. We need a calendar.
Well, yeah.
I could do that, boys. I
A
could do that.
2025 Mind Snacks calendar.
We need one.
Let's make this
Jason
happen.
Mimosa, and we'll think about me.
Yeah.
I love Jason Mimosa so much. It's your alter ego.
It's gonna be that's gonna be Mr. April.
Could you wear
Jason
some
Mimosa.
Daisy Dukes and some cowboy boots?
He's got a couple pairs in the drawer over there.
I've already got some Daisy
Yeah.
Dukes and cowboy boots.
Could
Yeah.
you maybe take a couple buttons down?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
Yeah.
probably why people think I flirt
Fuck, I'll
with
wear a
them. I'm
banana
just trying to
hammock
be
if that's what we
funny.
need.
yeah.
April's got to shine, brother.
April's got to shine, brother.
April's got to shine.
We got things going on. Lynn, if you need a part-time girl to help, I'm your girl, Christy
Okay.
says. Jimmy Norton, what's up, my guy? Norma Strain, how are you?
Oh, I know Norma.
Yep. She didn't say hi to you, though. She said hi to me.
Hey, are you guys
Boy.
excited about Dirty Dough coming to Columbus?
Dude,
Dough.
I am excited about Dirty Dough.
It's like a
Is it
crumble
deer?
cookie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a business.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's right between Starbucks and Anytime Fitness, I think.
Can we talk about some Yummy Bowl?
What's Yummy Bowl? It
It's
sounds
going to
good.
be in the Chuck E. Cheese.
Really?
Yes.
Yummy
I've
Bowl.
heard
You
of
guys
Yummy
do not
Bowl.
know Yummy Bowl?
I've heard of Yummy Bowl, never eaten Yummy Bowl.
So okay,
What's
I'll
Yummy
tell
Bowl?
you my days of going to Riley. You know,
Okay.
I loved the China buffet. There's like a little China place up there off of Emerson.
By the way, they're everywhere.
Oh yeah, I guess they're just Chinese buffets, right? Well, it didn't survive 2020. Or,
Oh,
the
no.
pandemic. And then this motherfucking Yummy Bowl, and I'm like, it took over my mom and pop. And then when I just decided to go in there, I'm like, oh my God, this Yummy Bowl is so
She
yummy.
broke down. She's like, no wonder it took over the mom and pop.
Right. It's like the first time somebody goes to Walmart. You tell me Q-tips and ham and cheeses?
Son of a
Same building.
bitch.
You gotta be shitting me.
Same
You
fucking
gotta
Some
be
bitch.
shitting me.
underwear. Fuck.
But yeah, Yummy
love
Bowl.
it. Oh, I love it.
So yeah, that's the new thing. I'm really excited to finally, I thought my motto was always, first one was never give up, PlayStation, Battlestar Arena. Never give up. That was my
That's also
I'm a
Tyler's
mimicker.
motto.
That's also mine.
That's also Tyler's motto.
Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah.
That's mine, dude.
but it
I love
was
it.
if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what? I've been living out of my house. So
As most of us do.
I think she meant working.
You're right.
it's all blurred lines.
Yeah.
I probably sleep 4 hours, but it's always if I'm not taking care of my grown children,
Sure.
I'm working or doing dirty laundry or on Facebook doing freaking promoting of 3 different businesses and then trying to, while all this is going on, don't want people to feel sorry for my kids because they're handicapped because they're living their best life.
Right.
Taking vacation, my kids, they're not going to live the American dream. But by God, I'm going to make sure they do come
Hell yeah.
close to it.
Hell yeah, dude.
So,
That's phenomenal.
but the goal is to bring my house back to my house and get the business out. That way my boys can have more time with me and not have to share it. Although I love being able to be there with them, my clients coming in, seeing my kids, I just wanted a little more professionalism.
Sure. That's
So
fun.
I'm excited.
So
So
that was
what-
part of the move out here because we had the studio and my bachelor pad, which were the best days.
Best days, hands down.
Ooh, so much fun.
Hands down.
And then I moved in with my wife and child, and we had a studio. This studio was set up in like a spare bedroom in our house, and it was directly adjacent to my daughter's room.
It was weird getting hammered in front of a 10-year-old.
Yeah. So
Mine was upstairs in my loft.
when we got out here, it was like, cool. I've separated this from my home, and it's now it's a place I have to drive to. I can't just
Yeah.
randomly
That's
decide
what
at
I'm looking
1 a.m.
forward
I'm gonna
to.
do stuff, but
I'm
it
joining
is
the
it is better.
Chamber of Commerce, so I feel like after being in business for 20 years, I'm gonna be legit. Even though I just I will have to raise my prices a little bit, but I think I'll be okay.
Right.
Especially sharing the rent with Danielle, and I think I probably won't raise I'm bad. My thing is I want to make enough money so that I'm comfortable and I could do what I love and still have time with my boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that I can travel with them, and they love that.
Yeah.
I love the casinos.
Now, how do they love the casino?
Oh, they love them. So the way that I got into the casinos was I was doing wedding pageants, and they're in these casinos.
Right.
And after you photograph, it's like, what is this thing here? And I got a card, and I think I lost $200. I'm like, oh my God. And all of a sudden it was, come back. Here's some money. Here's some food. It was French lick. Here's a free. And I'm like, you mean I don't have to pay for that expensive ass room? I can come back. And the kids love the pool. And
Yeah.
that's how it started. It was, my kids aren't Disney material. They don't want to wait in lines. They can't do that.
Right.
And all they really want is a pool, and they want a buffet.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And I was able to, being a single mother, get them out of the house.
Right.
Me, I'm gonna tell you, for you people that think I live a fabulous life, I clean a shitty toilet. I clean a shit. My son is in a wheelchair. He gets poop everywhere. He's potty trained, but he has his accidents. And that's the reality of my life.
You're right.
Is I got to shut up. I can't complain. I don't have time to complain. I got to disinfect. And if I get a free room at a casino and I get to go to Biloxi and I get to give them free buffets and they get a pool and I get to not have to clean a shitty toilet, by God, you guys want to go on vacation? Let's go. Let's get out of the house and get away.
Hell yeah.
And that's our getaways. And they love it. They're having fun. And I'm keeping my sanity.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So what's the best way for people to find your businesses? Like Facebook, could like
Facebook,
like website, like
Back in the day, because I've been doing this for a while, I used to pay $4,000 to be in Yellow Pages. And
Ugh.
then all of a sudden, and I did all kinds of stuff, all kinds of media. In Mancino's, they had a thing in there. I used to be in the calendar, that would come out in Columbus. I paid a lot for advertising. And then all of a sudden, this thing called Facebook comes out, and it's free.
yep.
And, it's a double-edged sword because I have to have social media,
right.
but it has been the best way.
Okay.
So just now with starting my worth for my business, I had never had an online thing. So that's part of my goal is I'm already online now. People could go on there, get on my calendar. They could pick their session out. And it's now I've added my sound and I got bundle packs. And so it's all online, but majority of it is go on Facebook. You can find the links or just message me.
It's under Photolicious
It's under
Keepsakes, right?
Photolicious Keepsakes. My weddings are weddings by Photolicious Keepsakes.
Hell yeah.
Dirty laundry, any way you can get a hold of me, even my personal. I try to be as transparent. Unfortunately, men, if you guys try to send me a friend's request and I don't add it.
She's like, great, another wiener pick.
Right.
I know. I got all kinds of jokes about that. And they're real life stories. But anyways, that's why, you know.
Well, I will say real quick, Derek Schubert advocates for the Yummy Bowl. So now I'm definitely
I gotta
going.
have it.
Now I'm
You guys
definitely
haven't
going.
had it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was somewhere called Yummy Bowl. But I mean, it's got yummy in the
guys,
name.
I'm just going to give you a tip.
Ooh.
When you're filling your bowl, think Big Mountain. Just make it as big as you can, because then it condenses down.
Well, yeah, no, I always do that at the walk-up buffet. Like, I'll get my noodles and chicken because that's all I want, and then I'll put the Mongolian sauce and the soy sauce on it, and my fucking mountain. Like, here you go, prepare that. Noodles,
And it's
noodles
really
and
good.
chicken.
I think it's like $14.
Prepare to that. He's just like, wow, bro, real original.
Yeah, I know.
Like, sure you
I
don't
always
want some
think that
water
they're
chestnuts in
judging
that or
me,
whatever.
like-
I don't want water
When I
chestnut
bring my
steaks.
bowl over to them and they're judging me like, you better hit the gym.
He's like,
after
bro, you got
this."
the dog and the cat.
Right. What'd you do?
He's like, we don't mix those.
Oh my
What'd
gosh, I
you
got
do?
a shout out to Mr. Discount.
Mr. Discount.
Yes, right there in the 25th Street.
I need to go check
shopping
him out.
center. Oh my God, it's amazing. He is helping me get all the stuff I need for my studio.
I think Pete, I think that's his son-in-law. In like with the same strip
yeah,
mall
I
as
believe so, too.
Camilla's Mexican restaurant.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah, I
know
think-
his name's Jose.
Yeah, I think
not
that's
Jose.
Pete's son-in-law.
I think so too.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, a
I've
very
been
nice
Allie,
guy.
Allie, like we went in there. We were on paternity leave,
Right.
and we went in there like just shopping around, right? And then I think Allie found like a bunch of like sleep sacks for babies that are like normally expensive as hell, right? Like the Halo sleep sacks, and she found them for a fraction of the cost and bought like 2 or 3 of them. Saved us a lot. Like
Shit,
it's a cool like. If you're looking for something, just go look. You might find it in there.
He's got a lot of stuff.
So-
and he's got stuff online.
Derek says, and he's not wrong. Somebody said y'all had something like it back in the day called Bonds. I'm like, yeah, Bonds barbecue. But you remember
yes,
Bonds?
the Mongolian. Yeah.
baby.
Oh
Never
my
had it.
God.
That was
I
my
so
shit.
sad. I
So here's
know.
the thing: Bond Barbecue Buffet got in trouble all the time for health code violations,
Yeah, so does Yiki, dude.
and that ended up getting them shut down.
Really?
I wasn't nothing stopping me from going there. I'd be like, push that rat shit off to the side. We're getting some noodles
Throw
today.
shit off there, dude.
We're getting some noodles.
That's
Just
like if you
5
look,
second
if
rule.
you
Just
if
add
you
a little
like Chinese food,
disinfectant, put some vodka in there.
if you like Chinese food, you are a pro health violation. like every single one of them,
100%.
no matter where it's at, has a health. Sarku Japan in the Greenwood Mall.
Yep.
That's my favorite chicken teriyaki on the planet. Sarku Japan. That restaurant has outlasted every restaurant in the food court, dude. You see, like,
C+ health rating.
yeah, the other restaurants come and go.
Right.
Sarku Japan, everlasting.
Everlasting.
But yeah, dude, yeah, every Chinese restaurant has a fucking health code
Yep.
violation.
Well, it's about time to wrap up.
Okay.
You feeling good? You get everything out? You got anything you want to say before we go?
Photolicious.
Photolicious.
Photolicious keepsakes.
I think I'm going to make my sound be called PK Sound.
PK Sound.
And then Dirty Laundry.
Dear Tay Laundry.
Dear Tay
Yeah, and
Laundry.
you know,
And if
the
you-
band
if you
will
like-
do weddings.
If you like good rock and roll music, I mean this, like, they're really good. Dirty Laundry is very, very,
Try
very good.
to do a little country, a little funk,
A little
you
bit of
know,
everything. You guys have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. That's my favorite bands that play at Ziggy's where I work are just the bands that have the most fun. And you guys are definitely at the top of that list. So
you.
I appreciate you guys. Tyler, me, anything you want to say before we go?
I don't have anything.
What do you mean?
I don't have
Thinking
nothing,
we
dude.
need to curl his hair for his calendar session.
Can I get like a perm? Like let's do like a retro,
Let's
like an
bring the
80s month.
sticks,
We'll do
you
like
know.
we'll do like a retro month.
Dude, if you got a perm, you would no longer be Jason Mimosa.
What would he be? Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic, dude. I've
Yeah.
been known
Known around these parts.
around these parts.
Bub.
No, dude. I don't know who's got who. Think of any '80s band, dude. All of
Right.
them had long blonde permed hair.
Instead of
Right.
flock of seagulls, it'd be flock of pigeons.
Flock
Oh
of
my
pigeons.
God. Flock of pigeons.
Flock of pigeons, or them shit ass Canada gooses.
Fuck them gooses.
Fuck
dude.
them Canada gooses. Lynn Reese, our guest tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you and everything you are about. Great story. way deeper than I thought we'd even go. But
Sorry.
man, I know I appreciate it so much. It's great to hear you talk about what you do and what you've been through, and we really appreciate that. Tyler, it was awesome that once again you contributed almost nothing and yet still get away with it.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for, and
Hey,
we appreciate you.
Aim small, miss small.
Aim small, miss small. No doubt about that. Guys, we appreciate you tuning into the Mind Snacks Podcast live stream. This will obviously be uploaded onto the Spotify, the iTunes, and I think Google Podcast still. I'm not sure, but who even uses that? Like
Nobody.
Spotify and iTunes, man. That's where it's
That's
at.
where you go.
Okay, get your podcast there. Spotify or iTunes. Look for Mind Snacks by Sean B. and Tyler Me. Thank you guys so much for a great night. And Lynn, once again, I can't thank you enough for coming and sharing your story and all that. And we appreciate you. And we're gonna get the F out of here.
Get the F
And we're gonna
outta
do
here.
it. We're gonna do it right now.
Music fade.